Hey everybody, today's vlog is going to be kind of hyper-local politics and activism. So if you're not from the California Central Valley and you don't find this interesting, I'll see you tomorrow. Today I want to talk about the Tower Theater and the Tower District. If you follow the news in Fresno, you'll know that a church is trying to buy the Tower Theater. And I'm in the camp of people who think this is a bad idea. The Tower Theater is the linchpin of the Tower District, kind of the biggest arts and LGBTQIA plus friendly community in Fresno. So a little bit ago, everyone in the community found out that a church called Adventure Church was in escrow to buy the Tower Theater. Now, it's been no secret that the owner of the Tower Theater hasn't really been interested in continuing to own the Tower Theater for a while. And the Tower Theater needs a number of upgrades. The projector and playback system really need an upgrade. They can only play Blu-rays at the Tower Theater, and a lot of screenings that need to be displayed in a DCP, digital cinema projection format, can't be played in the theater. So that makes Fresno Filmworks screenings somewhat limited in choice if they can't have a Blu-ray option for playback. And this church that is trying to buy the Tower Theater has a history of anti-LGBT views. Now, their website has been changed recently, but up until a few weeks ago, their website said in their core beliefs section that they believe marriage is between a man and a woman. That is kind of a tough pill to swallow for the community that calls Tower District home. Also, a church owning the Tower Theater and using it for church services will be tricky on a business front because it will require the city to rezone the 1,000-foot area around the theater. Now, nearby the theater, there are restaurants that serve alcohol, bars, nightclubs. There's going to be a cannabis storefront, and all of those businesses could suffer from rezoning. Now, a rezoning wouldn't necessarily force those businesses to close, but they could be prevented from renewing business licenses or trading business licenses to a new owner if their owner decided to sell. Plus, of course, this means no new businesses of that type in that zone. Another really weird thing is this church was violating COVID-19 regulations during the stay-at-home order, hosting in-person church services in the theater. So that's just icky on a whole nother front. Now, there is some legal reprieve. Now, the property also includes a couple of restaurant parcels, including the parcel that has the Painted Table restaurant and the Sequoia Brewing restaurant. And in the lease contracts for Sequoia Brewing and Painted Table, there was a right to refusal of sale. Now, these businesses didn't find out about the sale until it was in escrow, just like everybody else. Sequoia Brewing is moving forward with a legal action to try to prevent the sale based on this right to refusal clause. And there's currently a GoFundMe, I'll put the link in the doobly-doo, that will help pay for Sequoia Brewing's and possibly Painted Table's legal steps to stop the sale of the theater. There's some other icky things that have been happening. The church has written a letter to Fresno City Council that if they get in the way, telling them they will seek legal action if they try to block the sale. They've also sent a warning letter to Sequoia Brewing that they will seek legal action if they try to stop the sale as well. But again, I'm pretty sure that it's within Sequoia Brewing's rights to refuse the sale based on their lease agreement. And lastly, there's been some leaked, unlisted YouTube videos from the church's channel, are essentially bragging that they're going to buy the theater and essentially continue to hold their church services and other secular events at the theater and make a ton of money. As a church that's acting as a nonprofit, trying to do for-profit business stuff, very icky. Not great. My friends at the Fools Collaborative have been holding weekly protests on Sundays across the street from the theater, and they've garnered some really good attention to the situation. They've garnered attention from Broadway actress Audra McDonald, who grew up in Fresno, and comedian Sarah Silverman. Sarah Silverman posted on her social media and even talked about it in her podcast. So we're gonna go out and check out the protest today and see if we can learn any more information about what's going on with the Tower Theater. All right, we just got back from the protest. It was a very peaceful demonstration. I heard that there were some clashes earlier in the morning with some counter-protesters and anti-maskers, but it was able to get kind of cleaned up, and the person who instigated it may be charged with assault. Also, it seems like escrow for the church buying the theater could happen as soon as tomorrow. The injunction from Sequoia Brewing has been filed, and that may hold up the escrow, but it may still go through. So the next steps really go to the different committees that handle the rezoning of the area near the theater. Now, the Fools Collaborative say that they're still going to continue to protest whether or not escrow goes through tomorrow. So if you're in the Fresno area and if you think Adventure Church should not own the Tower Theater, you can show support by joining the Fools Collaborative in their protests Sunday mornings, 8 a.m. to noon. If you want to keep a pulse on this news, definitely follow the Fools Collaborative on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, but then also follow Corin Hogard at ABC30. He's been keeping this beat up to date on his Twitter account and kind of keeping the community informed. That's it for today. I hope everyone had a great Valentine's Day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.